Hey everybody, my name's Shane Ellis, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about this course that I've been taking over the past 3 months called TED. And I know you guys have probably heard about TED, and TED is a website where there's videos posted everywhere about every idea imaginable, anything you can think about. And it's just all these inspiring ideas and people just trying to get their ideas out there. And in this course that we've been taking, we've been watching these videos and analyzing them and making connections and just like trying to find out what the speaker's really saying and what they're trying to present to us. And we've been using the intellectual tools, 6 questions, that to analyze the videos so we can understand what they're all about. And throughout this class, I know the like shell of the class is we watch videos, we talk about them, we answer questions about them, but that's not even close to what it's all about. It's more about finding it's about passions. The whole website is just full of passionate people about what they believe in, and they they make these videos about what's coming from here. It's not what's coming from here, what's coming from anywhere else. It's like what their heart's telling it's a connection of their hearts to your heart. And that sounds cheesy, but it it's all about the connections. And if you can't find those connections, you're gonna miss the point of the video. And TED is about finding our course is about finding those connections. And for me, it's just been really inspiring. This is the second time I've taken the course, but when I took it, it was early on, and it was just like the course was just starting to build. It was still a great course, but it seems to have like a more concrete base now. Like we have more structure, and we didn't have these videos that I wouldn't be talking to you right now the last time I took this class. And it's amazing what these videos can teach you, what you can learn from these videos. I've been breaking out of this shell that I've been in that tells me what other people believe is what I have to believe. I'm learning that my beliefs, just because some people might think they're wrong, that might not necessarily mean they're wrong. I'm realizing that my outside influences don't necessarily have to constitute who I am, and that's huge. That's really a big deal for me. And I'm learning that beliefs aren't concrete, they're more malleable. They can change with our realizations and our inspirations. If we're inspired by something, it changes us. It'll change our beliefs. Doesn't necessarily mean our beliefs have to change entirely, but there's aspects of it that can change it, and we can learn. And that's what TED's all about, is learning, spreading these ideas, making these connections, spreading the connections to other people that you can point out to someone, oh, I might not have seen that connection before if you hadn't told me that. It's all about word of mouth, because if no one knew what TED was, if it was just there was no advertising, if it never taken off, it was just people talking up there. TED is not only about the speakers, it's about the people. But I would like to thank the speakers so much for just sharing your hearts with us, sharing what you believe in with us, because that means so much to me, to my classmates in this class, to the whole world. Because without you, some of us would just there's things that I would never be able to know, never be able to understand without TED. And it may just seem people be like, when they watch this, it's just videos. What's the big deal? Go watch it. Go watch Sir Ken Robinson's How School's Killing Creativity, and you'll realize, oh my gosh, that's so true. What's happening in our education system is really destroying children's creativity, and that's just an awesome thing that I always am talking to people about a TED Talk, or I can listen to someone what they're saying. I'm like, that reminds me of a TED Talk, and I'll bring it up, and they'll be like, "Oh, what's that?" And I'll show it to them, and they'll be like, "Oh, that's awesome. Spread it, spread, spread, spread." And I just want to thank you, Ted, for just being there to like give people inspiration where usually there wouldn't be. And thank you, Ted, for also being so open-minded, because I know an organization like yours often has like political influences, religious influences, and like because of who's putting their money where their mouth is. TED is different. Anyone can go up on stage and share what they want to say, and I think that's awesome. It's so just open minded, because I I've lived in a society where we live in a society where there are a lot of narrow minded people that are unwilling to understand or comprehend what's going on in our world today. They just shun it. They push it away and be like, "No, no, this is crushing my ego. It's crushing who I am. So I'm gonna push it away. It's not real." And we have to face our realities. And I think TED. That's what a lot of what TED is about. And I would just like to thank all the speakers. I would personally like to thank Chris Anderson for not only creating TED, but for also coming in contact with our school, with our class, and sharing his heart with us, because that was incredible. That was huge for us, because before we just thought we were just a bunch of kids sitting in a room making it, just sharing our passions, and we weren't getting any attention from this. But it's awesome to hear from the curator of TED, the guy that created the whole thing. That's awesome. And just thank you to my teachers, Mr. Squires and Mr. Wagner. You're awesome. You've helped me through so much, through all the things that I've been going through during this course and through all my high school career. And just thank you to my classmates first of, and also thank you to my classmates, because they're great. Without them, I wouldn't have anything to talk about, and without them, if it had been anybody else, they'd probably been like, "Shane, you're crazy. Just be quiet." And just thank you to everybody. Thank you, Ted.